Hey, today I'm going to be showing you the process for how you can create heat maps and charts and analysis within ChatGPT for your post-event survey data and any other MPS data you might have. So as you can see, I already created a lot of this. I'm going to walk you through kind of that process, what does that look like, and show you kind of, based on some small sample data, the process for this. So we're just going to start by going into my data visualization GPT. As you can see, we already have some prompts in here to start with. But what I'm going to do to start is actually go and upload a file. And once again, ideally omit any emails, attendee emails, etc. that you might have in this. Take out that specific column. But for this, I'm just using a sample group of data from a sample event. It's not real data, so we don't have to worry about privacy, etc. Now, what I'm going to say here to start is I want you to start by doing a high-level overview analysis of this data via text. Great. So now it's working away here. You can see it's analyzing, it's looking at the sample data that I gave it. You can see here it has response ID, event name, attendee type, overall satisfaction, and then it has a few more categories as well. We can expand this actually, and you can see kind of all of the different rows, all the different data that's been collected. So we can go back to there. All right. So as we can see, it's already starting to give us some high-level event insights. Once again, this is 30 responses. I would love to have someone test with a larger sample data. So once again, if you're testing with, say, 200 to 500 to even 1,000 results, I would love to hear how it does. My intuition is the more responses you're putting in, so if you're putting in, say, long text responses, it's going to struggle a little bit more. But I'm still not really sure where that cutoff point is. So super excited to hopefully hear from some of you guys on what your experience is, especially if you're doing this at volume using ChatGPT. Okay, so we can see here overall satisfaction is 4.33, median is 5, content quality median is 4, speaker quality median is 5, networking value is more varied. And it's skewing positive, but slightly lower than other categories. Okay, great. So going through, okay, we can see the average NPS score, see how the attendees are distributed between executives, managers, and individual contributors. We can see the clear strength. Okay, so speaker quality, content quality as well. Great. So this is kind of the first opportunity it's finding, is networking and, okay, how does that relate to, say, other categories comparatively? So if we don't want to just look at kind of all this text, what we can say is, hey, can you please generate a heat map for all essential categories for me? And you can do this with charts as well. There's a lot of kind of different ways you can try and visualize it. Would love to see kind of what you guys come up with, what you find works, what you find is super helpful for your workflow as well. But the great part about this is, once again, you don't have to go into Excel. You don't have to try and create all these charts manually. It just generates it like that for us. So, okay, correlation heat map of essential satisfaction categories. And we can hit download on that if we want as well. We can make it bigger. All right, so overall satisfaction is in that yellow range, which is great. So it's mostly good on overall satisfaction. But if we look at that blue range, speaker quality and networking value are the real challenges. Let's see if I can get a more descriptive graph, because that I feel like isn't telling me a lot. I want one for each main category, not one specifically. And that's the great part about this as well. You don't have to get it right on the first try. If it gives you something that you're not super happy with, ask it to adjust, see if it's actually able to create the output you want. And this is a lot better. You can work on emails or something while it's generating this as well. So you're not just stuck there in Excel having to copy and paste or having to write in all of the formulas. It's a great way to just quickly get a view of after the event and have some immediate takeaways and be able to present that to other people, be able to download it and just get a really quick snapshot in 5 minutes of how did things actually turn out versus having to put, say, an hour or two into figuring this out. Okay, great. So rating for heat map for overall satisfaction, for content quality, networking value. You know what? I actually want it, let's say I want a chart showing attendee status among each experience level. So then I can ask it specifically for, once again, how did executives like the event? How did managers like the event? How did individual contributors like the event? So getting a sense of, okay, who are we targeting here based on who attended the event? How does each group feel about it relative to other groups? Okay, great. So now we have a chart breakdown of overall satisfaction, which is one of those categories that we talked about, between executive, individual contributor, and manager. So as we can see here, executives really enjoyed it, managers were kind of in the middle, and the lowest category group was individual contributors. So that means on our end, on the content side, we're probably doing a poor job of having sessions that are more practical. Like maybe these sessions or content is too strategic. Most of the people attending the event as well are more on the executive or managerial side. Let's see as well, how many attendees of each group do we have? So we can test that theory. So say networking quality was really low. If you're an individual contributor, maybe you want to meet other individual contributors. And one of the big issues is the split's wrong. Okay, we can see that's not the issue. So once again, I got to disprove the hypothesis through testing that and getting to see, okay, executives, managers, and individual contributors are all even. So my hypothesis there is wrong. I can manipulate the data and really get a sense of, okay, what are my takeaways from this? What are the things that actually matter? So it, of course, isn't going to tell me that, but I can infer my own things. I can ask it what it thinks as well, but just get a great overview of these different pieces of the event very quickly. So I can move quicker on making decisions, on having takeaways, and being able to implement this for the next event. But would love to see how you guys are able to use this. All the different use cases I think are great, and would love to hear from you.